Let's do this thing. The Tom London Show is brought to you by Suzuki Rivonia, the home of happy customers. Why are the customers happy? Because the people that own and run the place have big hearts. They got hearts. They're not computers. They're not AI. They're human beings with big hearts. That's Suzuki Kyalami.
Happy
Rivonia.
customers.
Always looking lovely down on the side. I don't think anyone dolls themselves up like Tanya Curry down in Sodwana Bay.
It's only lipstick. It's okay.
No, you always make an effort. You always, I can see it. You always make an effort when the show starts. You can be sick as a dog and you come on looking great. And
you're precious.
No, I just think like Sodwana Bay, the ladies there must hate you walking around in their slip-slops and no makeup. Hey, that's my image. I'll find out next week. Tanya Curry down in Sodwana Bay joins us on the Tom London Show this afternoon. Alistair Jameson, the only Jameson in Germiston.
Make sure it's a double.
He's normally primed. He's ready to say something to get Tanya's attention. That's putting it politely. Last week we got into, I wouldn't even call it an argument, but it was like a semi-argument on the show. And then the show ended and I know everyone felt bad. Like everyone. Alistair's, just today forgave me for the anal bleaching story. I apologized again and again. He told me how much it hurt him, and I apologized profusely. And I'm not going to make rumors like that again. I promise. I'm sorry.
Did you really? Did you really?
Yes. And I've been having to do work, apologizing to people.
Tom and I hugged and kissed this morning and made up.
See, yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk about what a real mom is on the show today. I know Tanya's got a running order with a whole lot of stuff on, and some of it we'll get to. But I really, there's a reason I want to do this. And I said to Alistair, I'm changing the running order, and he said, "Well, you do it every minute anyway." That was his response. Apparently, that's my reputation.
I've been here long enough now. Yeah, he's worked it out.
Two of you agree?
Yeah, I think we're out.
That's crazy.
100%.
So we'll be talking about what a real mother is just now. I also want to talk about
That's why they call us the dysfunctionals.
Yes. I also want to talk about the Jocelyn Smith story and the sentencing of her mom, Kelly, which ties into what I'm talking about. And then we're going to make a surprise telephone call today. I hope the lady answers. Yeah. So here's the backstory. Last night, I was sitting, Tanya called me. We were doing a video call, chatting, and as Tanya called, I saw the female parrot I've got, Jamie, fall off the perch and lying on the bottom of the cage. Like the bird was fine a few minutes before, and the next thing...
This is a Norwegian blue parrot.
Well, it's a green one. It's not Norwegian. I think it comes from India. Don't say anything. So the bird, and Tanya's looking at this. She's watching the whole blow-by-blow account. Of course, I lose it.
He levitated.
I lose it. I'm snorting Trana. I'm crying, please no, please no. It was a big pavlova, and then off to the vet. The four ways vet. So they had Hot 102.7 playing. Carolyn was doing the show. It was classical music. Thank goodness it wasn't like happy music. I don't know. What music should you play at a vet? But it seemed appropriate. There was a dog with a leaky bum. There was a ginger cat and Jack.
3 in the morning?
No, it was about 8 o'clock at night. And a Jack Russell that seemed quite aggressive. And then my bird. And then there's not much you can do with birds. I didn't know how far you could stick a thermometer up a bird's backside until last. I had no idea. I thought it was going to come out the mouth. Jeez. So the bird got his temperature taken, and the vet said that its core temperature was very low. And she got an antibiotic shot, and then she spent the whole night on my shoulder, loving me, and every time I needed to move her, she bit me. So my finger is just bite marks today, just everywhere. And then she didn't drink until about I couldn't get this bird to eat or drink. It was doing nothing. It was just looked like it was finished.
Guys, you don't even understand. Tom was hysterical.
I haven't slept the whole night, right? I haven't slept.
Yeah.
And just now, I managed to get it to drink a little bit of Coca-Cola because I thought if I can get it to eat...
Don't shout.
No.
It's the right thing to do, guys.
Yeah, well, the vet said I need to get glucose in. And also, I know if it if it wets its beak with Coke, then I can get the water in while it's wanting to drink, and that's what happened. Started drinking, and I did the same with a tiny little speckled, like a crumb of speckled egg, and said, "Here, sweetie," and and then I fed it a carrot and a bean, so it's got something in its system, and it's sitting. She's sitting on the.
Is she still panting?
No, not as bad. But anyway, so that's...
Is she on the perch?
On the perch, yeah, 2 feet on the perch. She was doing 1 foot earlier, which is a good sign.
I'm not thinking that the sweets and the Coke revived this bird. I think it was the thermometer up the...
Well, you should have seen the look on the bird's face when the thermometer went in.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just... we can put you on... We can put the bird cam on quickly, can't we? Let's put the bird cam on. Sure. Just show you what I'm talking about.
Like, geez, I've been so busy praying for this bird, guys.
I know, you've been fantastic.
If something happens to this bird,
no, you have. You've been fantastic.
What are we going to do?
All right, here's the bird. There's the bird cam. There's the bird. Right. Jamie,
you put a GoPro in the bird's cage.
So yeah, she's kind of. He's like, who you're looking at. And she's not the happiest of creatures, but also not a death's door. Last night was close. I've seen this with birds before. Once they hit the floor,
hello, pretty.
Once they hit the floor, you're in trouble here. So anyway, I was lying in bed at 3:00 this morning. And by the way, if you're watching out of the United States of America, welcome to the show. We had a whole lot of viewers the other day.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we feel good, yeah.
And a lot of people out of America going, what is the show? So let me, in very simple and crude terms, put it to you this way. There's the grumpy old white man on the screen now. His name is Alistair Alistair Jameson.
So we're going to have another morning session here, Tom, or what?
Oh, okay. Hold on. What do we call you?
The old white man.
Okay. All right. I see. I knew. I see. I've gone and done it again. I've ruined the friendship.
What didn't he like?
No, no. I can understand. Well, your turn's still coming. But you haven't got to.
No, I know. I also wouldn't be too happy with grumpy old man. I wouldn't be white man. But okay.
Okay, let me find another way of putting this. So maybe I just shot that out too quickly. Conservative.
Yeah, there we go.
Is conservative right? Conservative is often confused with grumpy old white oak. I'm saying this as a old white oak, and I'm often grumpy. So. Okay, so conservative. Okay. All right, so Alistair Jameson is he's on the conservative side of South African thing. You see, I don't know how to explain this place to you. Let's say you got the wildest chocolate box gifted to you with every kind of crazy chocolate in the box, and you open it up and you went, my God, I've never seen a chocolate box like this with all these crazy chocolates. That would be South Africa. And it's way more complex than the American thinking, because we've got like 14 different languages. We've got 20, 30 different cultural subgroups and groups. There are too many of us to even fight with each other. It's like who? So on the conservative side of things is Alistair. Now Alistair would be inclined to want to come and live in Texas, right?
No, Washington.
That's being America.
Oh, Washington. Sorry, America. So with we've got the story of the refugees at the moment. Alistair would, if he was given the opportunity, live in Washington. He would take it up.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Tonya, on the other hand, wouldn't.
Never.
Because she doesn't like America at all. In South Africa, she'd say that if you like something really a lot, you go smaak dat stikkend. Tonya is that's the opposite of that. If you're watching out of America, she doesn't like you.
It's not like that.
No, let's be honest.
family in America, man.
Well, that doesn't make you like them.
I do like them.
No, not your family.
I like
Americans.
them very much. Well, I mean, my family you could consider are Americans. I've been there for a very, 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 very long time.
But suffice to say, without going into details, suffice to say, you've got a bone.
I don't like very many people in America.
There we go. Right. Okay. So if you're watching out of America, there you go. You've got a real big fan on the one side, and you've got someone who don't like you on the other. And then I'm in the middle. I went to school at Laguna Junior High in Southern California when I was 13 years old for a few months. And then I went to school in a Taft Middle School in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I saw a lot of America for a short period of my life. And
you don't get to be the Medeba of this equation.
I'm not. No, I'm not. So I had a nice taste of what it's like to live in America at a young age, admittedly in the 80s, different time. But I got to see the difference in East Coast and West Coast Americans and Midwesterners and Texans, and that's why when I say Texas is a lot like Brat Band, I speak with absolute authority. By the way, I watched an interview after Darren Scott's passing that he did, and he spoke about moving to Houston, and he said it was like Brat Pan on steroids. So I was right. Darren Scott agreed with me. I wanted to say, I was telling everyone that, Darren. Brat Pan is an area on the east rand of Johannesburg for our American viewers. So there you go. If you're watching out of America and you're wondering what this peculiar bunch of people are, I'm the guy I love America. I absolutely adore America, but I would not want to live in America because I love South Africa. It's my home, and this is the place that I choose to live. But that's just because I love it here, not because I don't like America. I love America. I do. Anyway, how did we get off?
Can I just check something?
Yeah.
Can I just check something?
Yeah.
Do you love America?
I do. America brought me Madonna.
I didn't think you'd made enough of a point there about how much you love
America brought us. You know, I was listening to 2 days ago, hits of the 80s. I put it on YouTube. I thought I must have my own party, seeing as I got no friends. Let me pour a glass of Coke with ice. Let me put on some 80s music, and let me listen to the music from my era. And it started with Papa Don't Preach, I'm in trouble deep. All about premarital sex and having now going to have a baby. And I was like, wow, we were actually deeper than we thought. And America brought us that. It brought us Levi jeans and Hollywood movies.
Cyndi Lauper was so British.
Yeah.
Music was British.
No.
All that music that was just amazing was from Britain. Come on, you got to call it.
No, here we go. You see, now we're going to talk about music when I want to talk about... There are other things we need to talk about. What about Whitney Houston, Bon Jovi? I'm going to keep on going. But anyway, the greatest female vocalist.
Okay. Okay.
Somebody says, Una Gaida says, Tom is stirring the pot. We'll talk about Jocelyn Smith, the sentencing. She got thrown behind the bars today. We'll take you to the community center, to the hall. You can watch that. I got some comments to make, and then we're going to make a phone call just now, a mystery phone call. Anyway, let me get your comments quickly and see what you've got to say. You got an M&M. Yeah, because now he tells us his best China is the marketing director of M&M's. Now he's showing off. You see, he's brought sweets with him. Yeah. And also, that's going to go down well with the American market. There we go. Alistair loves M&M's. Alistair's segment is brought to you by M&M's.
That's a blue one too.
Mr. Monster 1230 says, how you all doing? Seatbelts on, everybody, says Margaret Guida. Damn right. Can we make it a triple, Alistair? Hello, my dysfunctionals family. Hello to the dysfunctionals, to the happy time together with all. Happy Thursday, everybody. Shame, poor bird. Shame, that's so sad. Well, we're hoping the bird survives. You'll be the first to know.
No, the bird's got to survive.
Someone's got Cole Lloyd out of Liverpool, UK. Thank you for joining us. Tom, bite your tongue with Alistair.
Liverpool! Hang on.
Brakpan is a wonderful place. Brakpan is a wonderful place, says Marriage.
Listen.
Hold on. Why do you talk about Brakpan for a second? Marion, it is a wonderful place. My mom had a business in the main road of Brakpan for many years. I'm very familiar. I grew up in Springs. I'm an East Rand boy. I'm not pointing fingers at other people. I'm pointing them at myself. The defining moment, Brakpan moment for me in my life was this lady walking down the road in spandex tights. Now, either she had grown a lot since she bought them, or she'd put her kids on. And they had stretched to the point that they were see-through. And the traffic on Commissioner Street ground to a halt while she went off to the pub down the road.
Dearie,
People say
me.
Brakpan.
Wait,
but I love, but don't get me wrong, I love Brakpan. I love Brakpan. Yes, Tanya.
We have a Liverpudlian in the house.
Somebody's from Lesotho.
People from Liverpool are very, very, very funny.
I'm
really funny.
Worried about the Liverpool people today. Okay, listen. So 3:00 in the morning, I'm lying in this bed worrying about the bird. I'm watching every breath. I could turn the light on every 2 minutes and check if it's breathing. I was just like, and I lay there and I thought, wow, this is a bird. Can you imagine being a parent? I thank God I've never had kids, because I wouldn't sleep for 18 years and probably a while after that. And it's one.
You'd be really neurotic, Tom.
I thought, thank goodness. And then I thought, wow, that's what it's like being a parent. That's what it's like being a parent, constantly in fear something's going to go wrong with this thing that you produced. I was like, wow. Imagine. That's if you're
after 6 months of no sleep.
Yeah.
You fall asleep, and when something happens, you wake up.
Right. So I was thinking about that at 3:00. Lots of thoughts going through my mind. 3:00 this morning, wondering if the bird's going to live, die. Thinking about, wow, this is what it's like to be a parent. I now know what my brother feels like, or my sister, or my mom. And then I thought, oh, hold on a moment, Charlie. You're talking about good parents, because that's your frame of reference, because you had a great mom. And you had a great mom despite any flaws she may have had, because she put your life ahead of her life. She loved you that
Certainly
much.
Did.
And I thought that's what makes a real mom. And I was thinking about that this morning when I came across the footage of Kelly Smith. If you're from America, if you're watching from outside of South Africa, the short story, little girl, beautiful little girl goes missing in the Western Cape of South Africa. And nobody knows what happened to this child. And the closest we can come is that she was sold for 20,000 Rand, which is about $1,000 or so, to who knows who, and she's gone. And there's been a trial in South Africa. The mother's been on trial, as well as 2 accomplices who were involved in this transaction. And they were found guilty of kidnapping, of trafficking, of all sorts of things the other day. And they were sentenced. Was it today, Tanya? Today the sentencing happened. So this is fresh news.
He went straight from verdict to sentencing.
So I thought, if ever there was an example of what a great mother isn't, and the absolute opposite of what a mom is, then it's this human being here, Kelly Smith.
This is
hold on. This is the sentencing, by the way.
Okay, sorry, yes.
I'm going to announce the sentences at the same time.
Do you see her attitude, her body language?
I'm not going to draw any distinction.
All of them.
Even though Mr.
Arms folded
has previous convictions, and you, Mr. Paulus and Ms. Smith, does not have. On the human trafficking charge, you are sentenced to life imprisonment.
Yes.
Well.
On the kidnapping charge, you are sentenced to 10 years imprisonment.
Yes.
Good.
Because I've imposed life imprisonment.
All right, I think he goes on to talk about the concurrency of the charges here.
He also says that if the death penalty was available to him, he would have used it.
Really? This is them leaving the community hall. You're going to hear the community in the background when they leave. That's how happy that community was that these monsters have been removed. This is also, by the way, a face of crime in South Africa. This is one of the faces of crime, yes, in South Africa. There was what else was there? There was something. There was one more. Was it this one? No. I'm just going to have a look. There was one other one that I saved. Can't find it now. But anyway, and I was watching this. And off she goes, and the other two for
just look at her,
for
man.
Life. Well, which is what in this country, life? Is it parole after 12 or 25?
25 parole. It's 2/3, isn't it? The parole is 2/3, I think.
Something like that. But and then did you see?
It's not enough. It's not even close to enough.
Then did you see? She asked to be taken to Pollsmoor prison.
Why?
And I thought, wow, that's interesting. You've just been sentenced for life, and you go, please, until XYZ, can I stay at Pollsmoor or remain there or whatever? I don't know. I think it's so she got somebody supplying her hot dogs or something, or good food in there, and she got things under control. Anyway,
she's got a China going on there. You know? My goodness!
So I watched that.
I'm so sorry. Can I just close my door because I think my ball of fluff might be on the balcony.
Go close your door. So I looked at this and I thought to myself, I don't know what you've got to say. I look at the comments in a moment. I'd like to see what you've got to say about this. But for me, that's just the perfect example of someone who should never be, should never be blessed with a child. Should never be able to call themselves mom.
I agree. You know, what this whole situation with this, whatever her name is, I can't understand. When this whole thing kicked off, she was a skinny little rake of a woman.
There are people making comments about that now. Well, you see, this is you need to have gone into a maximum security prison to understand the prison system. Spent a little time there. And I have, not because I was sentenced, but because I visited people in these prisons. They've got tuck shops in these prisons. So if you've got money, I remember I visited a guy in a maximum security prison outside Cullinan, where the really bad people are. I visited a guy there, and I bought him a pie and chips and a Coke. And when I went in, I gave him a pie and a chips and a Coke. So it's, people think you only eat millipap and water in prison. No. There could be a tuck shop there. True. And then
you must.
Yeah.
So you must remember that she was a tick addict, and I mean there was definitely a period of time where she wasn't able to get her hands on drugs.
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe she got a new one now. Happened. Maybe food is the new one. Maybe she's replaced it.
Maybe food is the new one.
So many kids go missing. All kids should be looked at the same way as Josh, and absolutely, it's just, man, when it's overwhelming, it's overwhelming. And Natasha Morrissey's on board. Hey! One of my favorites, hey? We got Natasha Morrissey in the comment section. That's brilliant. Natasha did a really cool video today, a dance. I
saw that.
Did you see it? I actually thought we need to play it on the show.
Yeah, why not?
And I think we should. Which one? But now I can't. There's so many here that Natasha's done today. If you're unfamiliar with the work of Natasha Morrissey, here we go. You ready? Right. You ready? Oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm making a mess up here. Hold on. I'm messing up. I'm pressing buttons and I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
It's dysfunctional.
Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. There's Natasha Morrissey. She got a dance going on. Natasha turned 68 the other day. She lives down in the Cape. Her daughter is Natalia Paisley. I call them the Crazy Paiseys. I love them. And Natasha just expresses herself on Facebook every day. She's the only 68-year-old South African I know who makes dance videos like Britney Spears does. And she exhibits her artwork and her displays she makes fairy displays in the garden. And this week, Facebook awarded her a social, a conversation starter badge, which we worked 6 months for. Natasha got one. So anyway, so that I just wanted to say that's Natasha. She got really fat, her mother, says Anita. May those 3 swines behind little Josh and skip a rotty. See, people are just angry. People are angry.
Well, I mean, her place is where her and Britta lived has been burnt down. Eh? Nothing left of it.
Yeah.
Burnt it to
See, there's Una. I reckon Una's right. Probably gets a KFC deal in Polsma. I'm Una, 100% I'm with you. 100% I'm with you.
If you're going to live in a prison in the Northern Cape, then she will definitely get KFC.
Yeah,
because that premier in the Northern Cape.
Yes, the Kentucky went to but we got the new police. The prison boss now, the Groenewald. Yeah. He took the jam. He took the jam off the toast in the morning. He's really scraping that jam off the toast. He really
did, and he should. And Genius is going on about why they're eating 3 meals a day when their kids don't eat 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
It's true.
Natasha was a professional dancer in her time, says Margaret Guyler. Well, there we go. Hopefully we'll show you more of Natasha. It does show. It does. I watched two dancers online because I like dancing, but I don't make a habit of looking for dancers, but there are 2 that I follow, Britney Spears and Natasha Morrissey. Those are my 2. I'm serious. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth.
Britney Spears is an artist. She's not a dancer.
She is a dancer. All she does is
dance. But I'm noticing that you have got a thing for dancers, actually.
All she does is make dance videos. Every day, Britney Spears makes at least one dance video on Instagram. It's the only reason I'm on Instagram. Her and Shashi Naidu, to a certain extent. Like every now and then I'm like, yeah, okay, let me take a look at this Shashi pic. But it's Britney that I'm after. Right.
Tom,
yes.
We're gonna get you on a dating site or what?
Hold on. So I was thinking, wow. A good mom, hey? I was lucky. I was blessed with one. I know you are, Tanya. You got a great mom.
No,
and you're
I have the best.
And you're a great daughter to your mom. And I know Alistair's spoken to me enough about his mom that he was blessed with a great mom as well. So we all were blessed. Unfortunately, this little Kelly Smith was blessed with a monster. Isn't it? It's so awful. And then, so I had all these thoughts going on. I had this whole thing, is this what it's like being a parent? Then I saw the Jocelyn Smith story. And then I went to look for a new person in Messenger to see, okay, who can we try help? And I came across a lady called Theresa. And Theresa's got a 12-year-old boy who's got cerebral palsy. And he's outgrown the chair he's in. And so I said, tell me your story. And she told me the story. She spent a long time telling me the story. Halfway through the story, I went, I'm not going to feel sorry about my life anymore today, at least. Wow. And then I thought, real mom, I want to put as real as it gets on the screen. That's what I want to do. Yeah. I want to put as real as it gets. Are you ready? To say hello to Theresa Kutzer. We're busy dialing her now. Let's hope she answers. I did tell her we'd call it. Know that we're calling her. Yeah. I told her we'd call it 3, but in true Tom London style. 3:30 is more like it. Okay, so hold on a moment. I got you see, I'm my own production facility here. Gareth Cliff has got a whole lot of people helping him. I just got me. Theresa Kutzer, welcome to the Tom London Show. I said to you, we're going to make you part of the family here. So today is your welcome to the family day. All right?
Welcome, Theresa.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome, Theresa.
Thank you, Tanya.
Yes, I warned her about Tonya and Alistair before we went on air. And I told her what words not to use. She's not to use geopolitical countries. She's not to use names of politicians that start with a G. She's not to bring up refugees. She's not to talk about any flags of any kind. And so I prepped her so that she wouldn't trigger anyone on the show. So listen, can you just, if you just get your face closer to the top of the screen, it's going to work better for our viewers. Is that okay? If you just angle the phone so that your face is more towards the top. Yeah. And get your boy in there as well.
I'm trying to.
Hello.
All right. Okay, well, introduce us to Jordan. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Boykie. Hello, my boy. That's Jordan. He's 12 years old, right, Theresa?
He'll be 12 in August, yes.
Okay. So I know because you are the only person I've met that can talk as much as I can. So I know if I tell me the story, you're going to tell us a long story. So I want to shorten that part of the conversation with your permission. And you tell me if I get it right. Okay?
Okay.
And if I get anything wrong, you tell me. So Theresa is a religious lady. She's a spiritual lady. She went and worked in Israel in kibbutzes when she was younger, and she walked in the valley of the river Jordan.
Mashallah.
And I'm not sure whether it
Beautiful.
was there that she decided that one day when she had a child, that child would be called Jordan. But when she did have a child, years later, she called her boy Jordan. And this is Jordan that we see now. Now, the reality is that Jordan is a special needs child. He has severe cerebral palsy. And we could talk, we can make a whole program on what happened to him, but there's some feelings that he was not dealt with properly at birth in one of our private hospitals. And people messed up. And he's landed up in this situation. And his mom, for 12 years now, Theresa, for 12 years. How many days in those 12 years have you looked after your boy?
Well, all of them. I can't not look after him.
How many hours of every day have you looked after your boy?
All of them. I've got nobody else doing it.
So for 24 hours of every day for 12 years, you have made your life looking after young Jordan.
Yes, and I have to. He's my boy. He's my only child.
That's right.
Isn't that a contrast with what we were watching just now with that rubbish down in the Western Cape? I was so struck. I was so struck by Theresa when we got chatting an hour or two ago. I said, "Listen, 3:00. You got to come on. Please, can you come on? This kid needs things, but it's not even for that reason. I just said you've got to come on. I said I want to introduce you to Tonya and Alistair, and I want to introduce you to Tom's Army, and I want you to become part of our family on the show." Because there's a reason. There's a reason you popped into our lives today, and little interesting things like Theresa. What car do you drive, Theresa?
It's a Suzuki Swift.
See, she even drives the right car.
Did you tell him that Tom sent you?
Well, she was fortunate enough to be donated the car some time ago. But here's the reality, and we'll get to this in future chats. Here's the reality: is that Jordan is outgrowing things. The chair that he normally sits in, he's now too big for the chair, and he needs a bigger chair. So I was asking Theresa, what do these things cost? Because I don't know. Do you know what a chair, just a simple chair for this child costs? Take a guess.
No idea.
Take a guess.
20,000.
Tom, is it? What?
Well, Alistair says 20,000.
Of course not.
What?
Of course not.
What do you think?
Okay.
It's not
affordable.
It's not an electric motorized wheelchair. It's like a little buggy, just an extended wheelchair, if you like.
$4,000.
Why don't? What's the quote you've been given?
103,800 and something.
Oh, no.
Because we don't make them locally. We're bringing them in from Europe,
Baby.
and someone who has spent every hour of every day for 12 years dedicated to her son can't afford this thing, not because she's useless, because it's unaffordable. It's unaffordable.
Is this one of those reclining, almost half lying down kind of chairs that you sit
Yes. And yes.
It's a chair with wheels, and the wheels can go apart from. I can take the chair apart from the wheels, and I can fold the wheels up and put it in my car and put the chair on.
You know what?
seat.
I'm going to put the picture of what you're talking about on screen quickly. It's on my phone that Tanya's on, but we'll just we'll reduce Tanya's size for a second, and I'll just find our chat from earlier on, and then I'll put what you're talking about on screen so everybody can see. Okay, so here we go. The left one, the chair on the right is the chair he's currently got. But he's too big for it now, and he needs the chair on the left. I'm just going to move Tanya over to the right. As you can see, that's the chair he needs now. That's $103,000.
Is it motorized?
No.
No.
Okay, come on, guys. We can do better than this. What about 3D printers?
Well, look, that's what I said to Theresa. Theresa, I don't know how we're going to help you. At the moment, I don't, because we've got we're trying to get into theatre in July. We're either going to need 250,000 or not. We're still waiting to find out. There's Warren Kennedy, whose shoulder's still bust. We can't get anyone to help. I was like, so we're trying to, and then I said, we're full at the, but come on the show and let me introduce you, because you never know what happens. Somebody might say, well, I could make one of those. Or somebody might say, you know what, we have one that was left over. It's in the garage. Or you just don't know what could happen. Someone might say, I don't know how many Tom London Show listeners have got 103 grand in the bank. You never know. Someone might say, I've got 100 grand in the bank. You never know. But I thought the main reason I wanted to put Theresa on today was because I wanted to, in the middle of this Jocelyn Smith mess, wanted to put on somebody who has devoted her entire 12 years of her existence to looking after this child. And I know that I want to read. If, by the way, if you've got a comment that you'd like me to read out to Theresa, just pop it in the comment section quickly. You've got about a minute and a bit to do it. And then a minute or 2 minutes, and then I'll read your comments out. So if you've got something you'd like me to say directly to Theresa, put it in the comment section now, and we'll read it out.
Go.
Is Jordan? I want to ask something.
Yes, go for it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Is Jordan cognizant of, like, when you speak to him?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I do not know what Jordan. I do not know what Jordan can understand. He does have hearing only after he had grommet.
Okay.
I could see when he started to hear. He's got no sight, and he can't eat or drink, and he can't keep his own body.
No, he can't eat and drink.
There's no sight.
Goodness.
Yes. So I feed him every 2 hours through a tube in his tummy.
It's a feeding tube. Good heavens.
Yes.
She hasn't slept a full night in 12 years. She told me she's got used to. There we go. I got used to not sleeping.
But hang on, and let me ask you something, Theresa. Yes. Every one of those nights was a pleasure, right? To take care of your child. Every one of those nights was a pleasure to take care of your child.
Well, honestly, not so much. Because I'm tired and my body aches.
Hey, listen.
We get it.
Listen, for a number of years, I was a board member at the South African National Cerebral Palsy Association. I was a trustee of the and so I was deeply connected and involved with kids with cerebral palsy for a few years of my life. It's a very tricky condition to deal with long term. It requires absolute care and attention. Many of these children land up in homes. If they're lucky, they land up in a home being cared for. If they're luckier than that, they have someone like Theresa in. So, are you a millionaire? Have you got billion? You win the lotto? You got billions in the bank or something?
I wish. Then I would buy myself a property that's wheelchair friendly for Jordan.
All right, now we know. Okay.
Oh,
All right. So I know you've got two wishes. The one is to get him into the buggy, the better buggy. 103,000 sounds crazy. We'll start bashing our heads together and see what we can do. Right? You're already in a position where you can't afford stuff, and then the stuff that you need is unaffordable.
100 grand? I mean, come on.
So and then the other thing is that creates a new problem because the buggy's too big to get into the Suzuki Swift. So actually, what Theresa needs is another Suzuki.
A bigger one.
Yeah,
We might know someone who can help with
a
that.
bigger one. Anyway, I don't know.
Context.
I don't. So I'm not.
Contact.
Look, I'm not saying that. But she was telling me it's only got 40,000 Ks on the clock and this and that. I'm like, oh wow, if you traded that in on an Ertiga or something, which would be big enough for him and more, what you need to pay in or for a fundraiser or whatever might not be that big. It might just be 20, 30, 40, 50 grand or something. I don't know. But those are things we can explore and we can talk about. But
You don't know until you try.
Yeah, but in the meantime, there was no agenda today to ask for money or get any campaign together on our side when we were chatting earlier. It was just to say, let's make friends with Theresa Kutzer in between Nelspruit and White River and her boy Jordan, and let them become part of the family because.
Thank you so much.
We've been doing a bit of hard news and current affairs lately, and it's good because it got us a whole lot of views. It did. But I this morning I was like, you know what? And about an hour and a half ago, I was like, whoa, we actually started the show to show people's stories and highlight them. And so I'm sorry if I changed the writing order slightly, but I thought it was imperative that we put Theresa
I don't
on.
think.
And welcome her to the show. All right, let's see what people have got to say. Right, here we go. June Hunter says, I live in Ireland, but I follow your show, Tom. Thank you. I love Irish music. I grew up on Irish music, by the way. Folk music, Joe Dolan, the Furies, Davy Arthur and the Furies. Oh, wow, the guy's still going. Don't get me started about Irish music. I'm puzzled because I don't understand why the mother hasn't revealed exactly who she sold that poor child to. And that's what there were people after the sentencing say justice hasn't been served. It will only be served when we know what happened to that little girl.
When Ayanda, we got Ayanda's next. We're not done.
So somebody there knows, but nobody's telling. That's pretty much a simple story there. I wish we could band together and throw daggers at the monster mother. That's what people want to do. I'm sorry, I'm not going to put all the comments on because I want to get to. There we go. Ansi Berger says, he is beautiful, Theresa, and so innocent. Wow, what a mom. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
When I chatted to Theresa earlier, I said, there must have been some big thing that happened between you and God in that River Jordan to be given this child. There's some lesson in this. There's some journey that is way beyond maybe even our basic understanding. There's something. Eh? Theresa, you are a truly amazing mother. May you be blessed in a big way, says Margaret Guider.
Thank you.
Theresa is an inspiration. Wow, says Anita Maynard. The medical industry are sick, really. Yeah, they're sicker than the people they serve.
They really are.
Glynis says Jordan and Hearts. I honestly can't understand how that price is justified. Daylight robbery, says Mandy. 103,000. That's insane. They're robbing people blind. Charmaine Nienaber has told us about an organization, Carte Blanche, that are making these wheelchairs for these kids at an incredible price. Can we get hold of Carte Blanche? All right, I'll try and do that.
Of course we can.
Actually, do you know what who can do that? Tonya, she's plugged into aren't you plugged into Carte Blanche?
Yeah, we could do that.
Maybe we can find out if there's a local alternative to these chairs.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
Nice one.
There is, and Jordan has had one, but it's not very comfortable. It's called Shauna Quip in Cape Town.
Okay. And what?
Shauna Quip also makes buggies, and Jordan has had one of them. But it's not comfortable. But maybe we can talk about that later if you want to. But yes, Shauna Quip makes buggies in Cape Town.
Shauna Quip is based in Plumstead.
Yes, they've got in Johannesburg. They've got a branch as well. Shauna herself has got a daughter.
This is the local equivalent, and you're saying for a kid that spends
Shauna Quip.
Yes.
There was a woman with I'm not sure what disease she had, but she was forced to be in a wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
And she put together a some kind of non-profit that builds these wheelchairs. So yeah, Shine Equip is
all right. We'll start. Okay. All right. So number one, we'll look at that company. Number two, we'll have a look at Carte Blanche to see if it was that one. Maybe it's somebody else, right? And then that's an avenue. If there's a comfort problem, that's the first thing we're going to tell these people is that you've tried it, but it hasn't. So what can we do? Maybe there's something they can do. If there's something they can't do, we look for another solution, and we keep going. Amazing. Hold on. Amazing lady, Theresa, says Helen Mittwoch. It's a disgrace that the chair is so expensive. Jordan deserves a decent chair. We need to have a look and see what's around. So, right, people are going to look. You'll see. The detectives are on it. Ansi Berger says, that's what you call a real mum. Theresa, it must be really difficult. True unconditional love. Theresa, you're an inspiration to all us mums, says Anita. Charmaine Nino, but Tom, look at my comment. Now, I don't know which comment. There are 100 here. I hope people are pressing the heart buttons and the care buttons and things so that they can be your friends and not our mortal enemies. Theresa, you have the name of a saint and it's clear why, says Mandy Wilson. Margaret Geider says,
gave it to me.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Theresa is exhausted with her challenge, I'm sure. When last did you go on holiday, by the way?
My brother comes from London every now and again, and he took me and Jordan to Cape Town in March.
Oh, that's nice. Theresa was saying, by the way, on the off chance that someone in the you live between Nelspruit and White River, is that right?
Yes.
Do you know what Theresa was telling me she really needed? Was someone to come and spend a day at the house to help carry Jordan into the garden because she can't lift him. Like if someone could just come.
That's precious.
Now, if you were in Joburg, I'd come to you. I would come. I would come to you.
That's precious.
All right. Well, we're going to meet when you come to Joburg. If you lived in Joburg, I would come to you. I'd come do it, right? But I'm not there, and I don't know who's between Nelspruit and White. So she was saying if someone could just come and spend a day just helping lift him, so she can take a nap.
My angel.
There's some lovely comments here. Heather Knickelbein rather says, Theresa, you're such an amazing person. God will grant you the strength you need every day. I'm sure you have been given the strength, 12 years of it already, and you still look fresh. You still look fresh. I hope that's the correct translation. Did I get that wrong?
I think that was an Alistarism.
Was it an Alistarism? I don't know. Say Afrikaans is my second language, man. Jordan is lucky to have an amazing, caring mom like you. Charmaine says Alistair's hit the nail on the head. And can't the Devi show help about finding out about words? Well, someone else here also knows Devi. There's our Devi connection. So yeah, we'll find out.
Love Devi.
But it won't stop there. Listen, you're part of the family now, and Jordan is part of the family too. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know if anything material will ever come out of this. I hope so. But if not, I'm going to bring you the love of thousands of people. Okay.
Thank you.
Right, so that if nothing else, and I think there will be other, but I'll bring you the prayers of thousands of people, and I'll bring you the love of thousands of people. Enough, I hope.
That's worth more than gold.
Enough, I hope that when you get up in the morning and you feel it's a tough day, you know you've got thousands and thousands of people on your side. Okay, I want you to know that we're on your side.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I was so happy to introduce Theresa and Jordan to everybody, and I hope you enjoyed that. Theresa, thank you. We'll be speaking to you soon, I'm sure. All right. We're going to start our investigation.
Take care, Theresa.
You take care, Theresa.
All
right. Yeah. And watch this back on your Facebook page. You'll be surprised at how good it looks compared to what you're seeing now. Okay. That's Theresa Kutzer.
Thank you, guys.
It's a pleasure. All right. I hope that we're going to be able to do something for her.
No, I'm sure we can.
I hope we're going to find a way to do something for her. Okay. All right. So there's a little bit
on that particular issue. I'll speak to you after the show.
Okay, cool. Don't you hate that? That's like people saying I'm checking into hospital without telling you what's wrong with them. I'll speak to you after the show. So cryptic. So cryptic. Here's an art lesson. South African art has been in the headlines lately. I see when I do that, Tonya goes, what could be interesting about art and what he's about to talk about now?
I love art.
Well, firstly, you
art.
know Tretiakov? He was the kid, he painted all those. Every second South African had a Tretiakov print of the Oriental lady in their house in the 70s and 80s. He was the king of prints. He was shameless about how many prints he made, and people mocked him for it. Well, Vladimir Tretiakov's King of Kitsch sold the Oriental lady, I think it was, lady from the Orient, sold for 1.7 million in a new world record for Tretiakov. So if you
dollars,
$1.7 million, it's $30 million bucks or so, 33 million, I think it turned into.
Have you got a picture?
Yeah, it's on screen now.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So that's and then.
Wow.
And then the other big art news, which was massive, I felt it was massive, was Dumas. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly because I've actually never heard anyone pronounce it. Where's this one now? Right, that would be Marlene Dumas. She, Cape Town born. She just set the record for the highest priced artwork for a living female artist. No one has ever sold a painting for more than Miss January that sold for $13.6 million at Christie's.
I'm scared to see what's the content.
Interestingly enough, the painting goes back to a sketch she made of Miss Universe when she was 10 years old, and then the artwork in between, and it's like a fusion of that. I put it on screen now. There we go. You got a spare $13.6 million lying around, or was it $250 million bucks or 300 million, whatever. You could always go spend it on that. And
wow.
And I think the only other two artists that compare or
I can't believe. Have you got away with putting this thing on screen? Like, I mean, is that allowed? Are we going to get banned?
No, Mark Zuckerberg is a personal friend of mine. And I asked, I asked him, and he said, "You do whatever you want with my platform, Tom London." And then there's this like beauty pageant war. Came across this. There's this thing that said, the Miss Grand International Organization hereby announces the termination of Miss Rachel Gupta's title as Miss Grand International 2024. The decision follows her failure to fulfill her assigned duties. So I don't even know this pageant, but they got rid of the Gupta girl, and she then decided she make a post, and here's why she decided she wouldn't do what they wanted her to do. You ready? Here we go.
Made us sell these cheap, tacky products on TikTok, all right, like we were sales girls.
They wanted her to do Temu products and TikTok. They wanted her to sell TikTok products.
And they're making us sell cheap products on TikTok because it makes them money. And you can.
That is so funny. It's hysterical.
I thought that was funny.
I love it.
I lost my
love it.
I lost my screen there.
I don't think people saw the video, actually.
No one saw the...
It's the only time... It's only because I know the video, Jack.
Oh, you do?
Play it again. Yeah, go on, play it again.
All right, hold on. Let me just see. I'll just share the screen quickly, and then I'll do it.
I've got another beast here. This is your favorite, Tommy.
Hey, there he is. Yay! How's it, Yay?
Tie.
I've given him his own name. Yay. Okay, all right, you want me to show the video? All right, yeah, here we go. All right, here we go.
TikTok because it makes them,
okay,
like
right,
you guys know, they made us sell these cheap, tacky products on TikTok, all right, like we were sales girls. You've crowned queens, girls who, we have careers in our country, we do things, we're well respected, and they're making us sell cheap
She
products
probably
on
studied
TikTok
like pharmacy or something, or doctor or something, and then they got her selling, they got her, hello, I'm Miss blah blah international, and if you call now, you can get these this fantastic stainless steel sets of earwax scrapers.
James Bond lockpicks.
That's it, the 007 edition. Felter Fred and Park agrees.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We have a big fan in the comments there. She wants to know why we're not putting this out more than 2 days a week.
Because I'm lazy. Who says we should be doing this more than...
who is it?
Mandy Catterson Wilson.
I was just about to say the same thing. I was just about to read the same comment.
Mate. You won the internet.
Comments of the day. Comments of the day.
That's right.
Comment of the day. What is that art photo? Need some of Alistair's bleach.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Well, I think my mission is pretty much accomplished. I started off with tragedy and we ended in laughter.
We did. I think we did well. And we were only going to do a 30-minute show today, by the way.
Oh, we're actually going to do no show today. I called Tanya, said there's no show today. I haven't slept a wink last night. I've been looking after a bird. I can't. She said, no such thing. And she said, we're only going to do a 30-minute show. I thought, well, if you're going to make me work for 30 minutes, I'm going to make you work for 1 hour. That's a Scorpio versus Scorpio, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't take it out on me today, because last time you really had a go at me. It was pretty difficult.
I had a go at you. I was explaining to Alistair. Earlier when I was apologizing for spreading the rumor about the bleaching. And there's still no truth to that rumor, by the way. I can't forget what I was going to say. Only 30 people liked us. Only 22 people love us. 1 thought we were funny and 3 cried.
Nobody was angry, though.
Those are our lovers and friends. And the ones who didn't press those buttons are just bastards.
You love to use the B word.
Listen, you were the one just now. You said, "Are you allowed to do that?" And then you asked me to do it straight afterwards. You said, "Are you allowed to put that on Facebook?" I said, I made a joke about knowing Mark Zuckerberg as a friend, and you said, "Okay, but you didn't show the video. Show the video." Those were your words. I'm playing that to Mark Zuckerberg's lawyers. I said, "She made me do it. It wasn't her. It wasn't me."
Thanks, Anita. Hectic, man. Being me.
Unagaida says, more than twice a week, myself and my mum will never get any work done, and then I'll be forced to fire her.
Well, I mean, Mom, how much do you enjoy your job?
How much do you love your daughter? Mandy Cannison Wilson says, no show. I set my alarm clock twice weekly for this. I book my hour off.
Oh, that's precious.
I love Mandy Wilson.
You're just flattering us, though, aren't you?
She is blowing smoke in all my right places.
Oh, my gosh.
Alistair is very quiet today, Cecilian. I know, because he's upset with me. I told you at the beginning of the show, he was upset with me. We had a show last week where it got a bit rough. We were all having problems with each other. And then afterwards, everyone left the show. I'm sure everyone left the show going, I'm not sure whether that's what I want to do. I'm sure everyone left the show like, I actually don't know whether I want to. And then I looked at the YouTube numbers and bang, we clapped it in America on that show. So obviously, people like to watch us fight, and I thought,
Jerry.
yeah, I thought, let me bounce that little thought of Tanya first. Hey, Tanya, maybe people like watching us fight, and see how she reacts to it. And then I thought I'll bounce it off
Alistair. I don't mind having a go, mate.
And see how Alistair reacts to Alistair. Maybe the secret ingredient was we weren't scared to air our dirty laundry. You know what I mean is most people on online media and even traditional / legacy media now. You've got the left and you've got the right. If you've got
traditional, no slash.
Yeah. But your content is either left or it's right. There's very little content that's got someone on the left, someone on the right, and then an angel sitting in the middle. There's very little content.
And that's
and I can see your wing kind of stretch out of that
see my wings stretch out from under this designer jersey, man. Jam. Woohoo! Randridge Mall, Jam. That's where I get my clothes. Jamming. I'm jamming.
Jamming all over the world.
So Alistair's very quiet today, says Sally Ann. That's because he's the murrin with me. It's going to take a week or two. Alistair says he can't get a word in. Bastards, Thomas. Okay, sorry, I won't say that word again. Sorry. But I don't know how to feel about people that don't press the like button. I mean, you folks know how important it is to the algorithm, whatever that damn thing is. That thing that floats around outer space called the algo. The algo. All hail the algorithm. It's coming to Valsford Park at 3 o'clock. Tom London's show better be on it. How do you get on the algorithm? You press the like and the heart button. You sit there and you beg the viewer. Please, it will help us in our quest. We may even be able to buy baked beans on toast if you press enough like buttons. Please, for God's sakes, and all the starving children in Biafra, press the like button. That's what they want me to do. I won't do it.
They used to throw that at us as kids.
I won't.
You've got to eat your
yes,
your
otherwise you're going to look.
Stuff.
I will not. I'm not begging for likes. It's if you hit the like and like button, I love you. If you don't hit it, as the Italians they do. No, the Italians they do that thing there. There we go, and you can just be anonymous in my life. See if I wonder if people know when I'm joking and when I'm not joking.
Well, I think it's judging from the several and repeated like buttons and ha-has, I think I'm going to say a few people are banned because I've been pushing it to me often. And I'm going to say your point got across very well.
You must understand, I started
You're a master manipulator.
I started manipulating people at the Boksburg Pick and Pay. Raymond Ackerman made me do it. And I'm serious because in the morning they'd come to you.
Tell us this pawpaw.
Well, not even. They'd come to you in the morning. The butchery guys and the veggie guys were the worst. They'd come to you in the morning and say, I got 2,000 kilograms of lamb to sell to make my target for the week. So now if you don't help the oak make his target, then his children starve and he loses his job. I don't know what happens. And they constantly come and tell you the bananas are going to go from. So you've got to find ways. And the thing is, people aren't coming into the store. Nobody gets up on a Saturday morning and plays the Pick and Pay anthem. Sean Summers, China, please, like you pay me $1 a year and I'll consult you. I'll bring 100 million back to you. I promise you. I know your business. There used to be the song, do you remember? Pick and Pay, hypermarket. Wait.
Bring your car, you can park it.
Wait, let's find this.
It's a great place for you to shop.
Let's find this thing. Hold on. We've got to find this thing. Why is... Oh, because when the phone screen comes on, it cuts it off. I'm learning. Hold on. Okay, display on phone. Yes. I think I got something right. Yes. Now we just go look for that Pick and Pay song. Do you remember the Pick and Pay song?
Yeah. Tanya was just singing it.
Every word of it.
Pick and Pay needs another song, I think. Like, come on.
All of them do, though. All of them.
Well, not if I'm consulting to Pick and Pay, then I'm... Right, here we go. And the biggest in the southern hemisphere.
Bring your car, you can park it. What a great place for you to shop. If you're doing it yourself.
So I used to sit in the little play radio station booth at Boksburg Pick and Pay. 7 o'clock, they'd say, open the doors. I'd announce on the loudspeakers, open the doors. They'd open the doors and the early shoppers would come streaming in like rats. And then I would play the anthem. As the doors opened, I used to love it. I'd play the anthem. As the doors opened and the customers used to come in, moms and dads and children from all over the East Strand, for you to shop.
If you're doing it yourself,
but this is
10mm 2-speed.
But that's not the song. That's very disappointing.
That's an advert.
Yeah, but it's just the advert. There's the whole song.
It's the jingle of the advert.
Pick and Pay. Yeah. Pick and Pay song. Why can't I find it? Oh man, that's upsetting me now.
Pick and Pay hypermarket. Bring your car. You can park it.
What
It's a great place
for you to shop.
The
next verse?
That's it.
There were other verses. Anyway, so I
No,
played.
there weren't.
Yeah, of course. What a great
You think
place.
so?
Yeah, da-na-na. Oh, man. How are we going to sort this out? The Pick and Pay. It has to be on
gonna
YouTube.
keep you awake for another night, Tom.
How do I find this thing?
And Pay.
You're not going to sleep tonight.
All I want to do is play the Pick and Pay song. And then we can close the show. That's all I want to do is play the Pick and Joe Rogan, he just says to his sidekick, just pull it up quickly, Jamie, and then the next thing is pulled up. I have to look.
All right, I'm busy, mate. I'm busy. Give me a minute.
I have to sit here and scroll through this thing and I can't find the Pick and Pay song, which is very, very... All right, we'll play the advert. All right, let's do the Pick and Pay ad. What the hell? Right. Boom, 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 boom. 4 buttons to get this right. There we go.
Pick and Pay hypermarket. Bring your car. You can park it. What a great place for you to shop. If you're doing it yourself,
it's not even playing.
this 10mm 2-speed famous make and really versatile hammer drill is a gift at just $48.95. And this famous make electric jigsaw, a cut above the rest, also only $48.95. So save with our low DIY prices.
Jigsaw at $14.95. That's an old advert.
Savings Drive!
Okay.
$14.95. That's a very old advert.
What's that, Tanya?
The phrase Pick and Pay is a great place for you to shop is a common catchphrase used in advertising promotions by the South African supermarket chain Pick and Pay. The phrase itself is not associated with any specific lyrics or song. However, Pick and Pay has used music in its advertising
they had a whole
campaigns,
song.
including the rapper Rick Ross, which I analysed.
I know that, but they had there was a whole song. I know it because I used to play it every Saturday.
There was, because we're old.
And then I would use psychology. Then I would use psychology. I'd go, attention hyper shoppers. You got to shout real loud so everyone hears it. Attention hyper shoppers. There's a massive special taking place in the fruit and veg section for the next 5 minutes only. I said 5 minutes only. Hurry on down to aisle 13. Listen to the sound of the bell. And I'd carry on. And eventually I could move people, hundreds at a time. I could move them from one side of the shop to the other. And I thought, give me a transmitter. Give me a transmitter and I'll show you. And now look at what we've got. We've got the internet. And I am competing against a 15-year-old kid that's able to stand upside down and play a ukulele. That's what I'm competing against now.
Heaven.
Alistair needs a Jick t-shirt.
No, come on.
Tragic.
Enough now.
He needs a Jick. That's a good. We could. Would you?
Tragic.
Would you accept this? Because it's Jick bleach. Oh, you got it now. You got it. Would you accept?
None of you got it.
Would you accept a Jick sponsorship, Alistair?
If I have to, yeah.
If he has to.
You say no to Unilever there. One of the biggest.
What is that? What is that old advert that used to say, "I'll make you whiter than white"?
Then yes, the Super Blue Surf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes you whiter than white. Well, Jink will make me whiter than white.
There we go. You see that? Thank God I prefaced the show explaining how everyone fits in here. So, and you see, this is what's happening here is I made a joke about bleach, Alistair doing a bleach, which was untrue. And then Tanya said it's because it's going to make him whiter than white. And he is going to get us back for it every single time he can in the way that he knows how and has perfected over 6 decades. I reckon.
Oh, boy.
I reckon. But
we're keeping you up, Al.
You know that I love both of you, like just like you. I think you are both stellar human beings. There's the guy. There's the guy who made sure that the Bucks was there to save my life. Yeah, he wants to go live in Washington and become an American. He got all sorts of funny things to say from time to time. But for him, it's serious stuff. But you know what? There's the guy who he didn't have to, and there's the guy. Whenever I need help with back a buddy and people, he jumps in and he sorts it out. There's the guy. And look, there's the lady at 3 o'clock in the morning when I need to talk to someone or I need help. There's my friend. She's always there. There's my friend.
Love you, Tom.
Now I don't know which of the two is perfect. Let me pick one.
Neither.
I don't know which one is perfect. Hold on.
You're perfect. We've established that.
I have to go with Tonya. No, I'm joking. I'm going to go with myself because we've positioned ourselves this way. Alice is on the right, you're on the left, and I'm the perfect saint.
Exactly.
I'm the beautiful one.
Exactly.
We're going to change your name to Theresa.
Oh, here's one for, watch this. Alistair, watch this. Comment now out of the comment section. Robert Andrews says, Biden was way better than Trump. Tanya's trying
even I know
she's trying not to react.
True.
She's trying not to. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, even I know that's not true, man.
It comes off YouTube. No wonder.
Alistair, take a cane and give Tom 6 of the best. Margaret is having very, very dirty thoughts.
Thank you very much.
He's used to it from his school days. We definitely need Tom London t-shirts.
Did he just go, ooh?
I don't know. I heard a ooh there, and I just decided not to look at the screen to see who it was.
Wasn't me.
It
was me.
Aidan Lee says, you from Australia? No, we're from
Australia.
South Africa.
Australia, we're from South Africa, where we are white.
They put shrimps on their barbies and we put butterbars. Yeah, butterbars.
We're white and we drink Zamalek.
There we go. What else we got here? Tom, jy soek 'n groot pak slaapboot, man.
Doesn't he, though?
How's this?
Like, really,
how's this? Anita says, I remember you at Boksburg Pick and Pay. My young nieces used to laugh when I sang at Pick and Pay hypermarket, sneeze and blow your snot on the carpet. Oh, wow, Anita, you made me read that.
Anita is next level. The cat lady, isn't it?
Una Guida says, and you were ripping the music DJ. I'm sure Shawnee P is so upset. I think Shawnee P is going to be more upset with me than Alistair when I said club DJs, they're nothings and this and that, because he's a great club DJ and he was watching the show, and I think he's never going to be my friend again. And now Una says, look at you sitting at Pick and Pay. No, I was even one of those DJs. I had a mobile disco when I was 16 years old. I was entertaining the tunnies. I knew what a cougar was before the rest of the Western world. I did a function at the SAS Security Services in Springs, Christmas function. And we finished. It was a great function. Everyone was very happy. And the lady who had to pay, I was about 18. The lady who was supposed to pay us must have been about 58, 60. And my brother and his friend Eric, neither of them would go collect the money because they were worried what this lady who was a cougar was going to do to them. And I said, ach, you oaks are chicken. And I went and I got a French kiss for my 1,500 bucks. Because for money. I was taken advantage of by a Springs cougar when I was 15 at a security party. Anyway,
was on the back seat of a Cadillac or something.
Not me. I was at somewhere in Grootfontein in Springs, Daggafontein or something. Yeah, there is a place called Daggafontein. There's no Dagga, and you can't see.
It's not in Springs. It's not in Springs, though.
Yes, it is. Of course.
Is it?
Yeah. It's right there, next to
hypers.
Next to Struwensvale.
You didn't stand a chance, really, Tommy, did you?
What do you mean? Oh, you like that, Alistair?
From a young age.
Oh, there we go. You lied about the bleach, says... I don't know how to stop the bleach, Alistair. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know how to stop the bleach conversation. And he just says he bleached his beard.
I know.
Please, I'm not encouraging you.
Anyway,
I'm not encouraging you. Please, stop. I worked with Alistair. He's an absolute honey, says Anita. That's lovely. You got an endorsement.
Thank you very much.
Anita's a lovely lady too. She's absolutely stunning.
Don't worry, Alistair, Karma, Liverpool UK says, you wanted to, that's what you were responding to earlier on, Liverpool UK.
Yeah.
What is it you wanted to say about
never
Liverpool?
Walk alone. Like, it's just nice to have a bit of a northern person in the room, that's all.
It is.
I lived in the UK for a very long time.
Do you think they can deal with our South African personalities? Do you think they can deal with us? We sound wow,
definitely.
Wow.
But the Liverpudlians are exceptionally funny. Like, they are
cool?
They're a scream, yeah.
Tanya Curry could be a best friend for all of us, says Anita.
Oh,
Una says you are all perfect dysfunctionals.
Thank you.
You see, I've had to do something because Tanya and Alistair, they keep telling me they're going to resign. So I don't know how to keep. I don't know how to keep them. Yeah, you both told me. You both told me now. You both told me.
When did I tell you I'm going to resign?
A few weeks ago, a month ago. You don't know. You never say resign. You say I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore. So you go like that. Alistair's more formal. Alistair says I was about to type a letter of resignation. Actual letter. And then I'm like, yeah, I also thought about leaving. But people love this, you see. People love this.
That's terrible.
You started.
Alistair, don't resign. Are you resigning because of me?
No.
Chana, I'm like harmless, really. Well.
I wasn't going to resign about anybody in particular.
It was me. It was the bleach story. Doesn't anyone get this? I've already explained this to. I start the show by saying Alistair almost left because of the bleach story. No one understands what a big thing this bleach story became, and I keep saying, don't encourage it. Stop it now.
I also said, we've kissed and made up.
That's right. Now, can I reveal right at the end of the show, because I would not even do this at the beginning of the show. I would not even do this. But Alistair, because there's this thing between Alistair and Tanya. Alistair's on the right, Tanya's on the left. Now, Tanya always has these lovely records in the background, and I think that's a Fender Stratocaster or something in the background there.
Yeah, that's my daddy's jam there.
Right, yeah. And Alistair, we never know what's going to be in the background, but and he's also very subtle in the way he does things. Alistair,
please.
Alistair's got the Union corner. He's got the corner of the Union Jack in his background. The whole show today, we were both wondering when Tanya was going to notice.
It's hard for me because I can't see.
He said to me, should I put it away? I said, no, that's it.
What's wrong with the Union Jack, though? There's nothing wrong with the Union Jack.
There we go. Because he's doing anything he can.
If you put up St. George's flag, I might have had a conversation.
Man,
the Union Jack is fine. I mean, I lived in the UK. It wasn't standards, but it was fine.
Alistair and Tanya, you can't leave us alone with Tom.
God bless our greatest king. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, boy.
I can do all that. I lived there.
If I have to reveal something, I'm very much a royalist, should I say.
Are you?
Are you a royalist?
It fits with being a conservative.
Yeah, I'm very, very much a royalist. I was very upset when the Queen passed away.
I think most of the world was. But what did you think of Philip?
I loved him. Especially when he told those deaf children that they were deaf because they played music too loud.
No, I love him.
And what about Andrew?
Oh, he was.
Andrew's.
The royalists don't like to talk about Andrew.
No, wait, I'm asking.
No, they go. No. We don't talk about that. They all go. We don't talk about Andrew. We don't talk about Andrew. Those two. Prime Media was a lot like that.
We don't talk about.
Prime Media was like that. When you left 702 or 94.7, no one spoke about you again. If you said, "Oh, where's Paul Rotherham gone?" They go, "No, we don't talk about it." They were the same.
But listen, I have a question. So, if you're a royalist, I mean, like, what do you think about Camilla? Would you be happy with her being queen?
All right, she's better than Macron's wife.
I'm not asking you.
Camilla it would have been so much better if Diana had not done what she'd done by divorcing Charles and going our separate ways.
I agree. Diana was a
They killed Diana.
Diana was a very selfish lady, hey, Alistair.
Exactly. No, she wasn't.
Eh?
The rumor goes that the royal family killed Diana. I don't know so much, but Camilla was the one behind that whole problem.
I quite like Camilla. She looks quite similar to Macron's wife. They got a certain kind of
that boyish look about them.
Well, I don't fall for that thing of the whole boy thing. But anyway, you know, one of these days we are going to say something that gets us into trouble. I think this is where we end the show today. I think it's where we end the show today.
Very hard, guys.
In your prayers, please keep the one and only beautiful Ginny Jansen van Vuren. I speak to her mom, Jennifer, almost every day. We are biting our nails, waiting for the date, waiting for the quote, waiting for the donation. It could happen that we don't get a donation. We're going to have to find money really, really quickly. But hold thumbs, say your prayers for little Jenna Lee, who's really struggling at the moment. So... she needs all the help we can get. And also, in your prayers, to Theresa Kutzer, who you met today, who goes on day after day, being a great mom. I think that's it. Helen says you're hilarious, Tanya.
Emma, thank you.
There we go. And
I'll take that.
Margaret Guider says, Tom and everybody else, please don't ever mention the word bleach again for the sake of sanity.
Thank you very much.
But you see, Margaret went and did it, and now... Anyway.
The B word. It's the B word, isn't it? It's the B word.
The thing is, I don't understand what like if you said I had gone for a bleaching, I wouldn't. I suppose it's different strokes for different folks. And on that note, we say goodbye from the Dysfunctionals. He's a good-o called Alistair Jameson there in Primrose Hill. The Zummers haven't got to him yet.
No, they haven't.
Cheers, Al.
What happened to what happened to make it a double?
You did, huh?
Alistair Jameson from Germiston.
Make it a double.
I watched Gareth Cliff's show the other day to see how he does it. It's nothing like this. It's proper. It's streamlined. Down, not in New Orleans because you don't like America, Tanya Curry. Tanya's our very own intelligence agency. Tanya's real job is getting the skinny on your business or brand and what people are saying out in the TV world, the radio world, the newspaper world, and the online world. Like if you make Rama and you go, are people talking about Rama? Tanya will tell you there's a hocus spoke about Rama on the corner of Hippie and Fontaine Avenue at 3 o'clock yesterday morning. She's that good. Her business is called acumenmedia.net, and when she's not
thank you.
When she's not rolling around down at our level or my level on the show, because she's premium, you know, she's running a business. Baby Hearts, Tanya Curry. And this is me signing off, as they say in the old days. Just remember, I reiterate, Langley. Hello, Langley. I love America. I love America. Yeah, the sales team at Suzuki.
Hi guys, it's Greg here, and it's time to meet the team that makes Suzuki Rivonia the home of happy customers.
Hi, I'm Jerry, Sales Executive.
Hi, I'm Yvonne.
Hi, I'm Kenny, Sales Executive.
Hi, I'm Sips, I'm the Sales Executive.
Hi, I'm Jason, Sales Executive.
Hi, I'm Gavin, I'm the Sales Manager at Suzuki Rivonia, your home of happy customers.
This show was brought to you by the good people at Suzuki Rivonia, part of the Suzuki Kailami family, Suzuki Kailami and Suzuki Rivonia. You go there, you buy a Suzuki, you tell them Tom sent you.
Tell them Tom sent you.
You do that. Okay, hold on. I supposed to do it properly. This show was brought to you by Suzuki Rivonia.
Tell them Tom sent you.
Amen.